3 Quick and Easy Methods for Dealing with the Meaninglessness of Existence by Nolan Slay. Am I writing because I have something to say, or just because I want to be heard? I've been inspired and tired, which is a frustrating combination. See, I can't get my story straight. My phone is telling me the air is unhealthy, but it doesn't know I'm hitting the vape regardless. I'm trying to figure out the meaning of my existence, like everybody. I saw a lot of celebrities today, up close and personal, some of the most famous people on the planet, and their ravenous fans. To be honest, I don't think a majority of these fans were even real fans of Kevin Hart or DJ Khaled in particular. They were just fans in general, prepped and ready to gawk and ogle anybody who means anything, to show their friends pictures, to feel a little bit of importance, to learn something about being somebody. Simply curiosity. God knows. All I know is I want to throw up. And despite that, I'm no better than them. I screen recorded the live stream at the exact moment Justin Bieber passed in front of me, and I smiled at the camera. And I showed that screenshot to the lady with the Shiba Inu at the kava bar. She got a kick out of it, though. It sparked conversation about the meaning of celebrity and the deification of those who create. Perhaps that's my draw to being an artist. I've always been an attention whore. The thing is, I've made hundreds of films, songs, collages, paintings, poems, etc., that have never, ever seen another human's eyes but my own. And I do it happily. I'll probably be the only one to ever read this, except for maybe because she always sends me writing like this, and I feel like I should return the gesture. Hi, if you're reading this. To be honest, I don't feel comfortable just existing. I know there are people who really do. Could just sit in a chair all day and look at a tree. And there's who is of course a homeless drug addict, but he is also just kind of wandering around all the time, happy. Drugs don't work that well. It's something else. I'm listening to my liked songs on shuffle, and Avril 14th by Aphex Twin just came on. There's something hypnotic and maybe spiritual about this melody, like it's a key unlocking a secret door in my mind. That's what I want out of life, to open all those millions of secret doors and see what's inside. It's curiosity, really. It's all just curiosity. I think you can be driven by curiosity or comfort, and they both come with their own baggage. Comfort leads to boredom, and curiosity killed the cat. But I digress. Now I'm wondering if this philosophy is compatible with another theory I came up with recently in collaboration with some graffiti I saw on a bar bathroom door. There are 3 methods of coping with the meaninglessness of existence, and you must choose at least one. If you look around, you'll see that this is true. The 3 options are religion, drugs, or art. Without at least one of these 3 things, you will most likely kill yourself. The thing is, self-awareness is by nature a never-ending curse. Even if we did figure out for sure that we are batteries enslaved by robots, or that we're created by an old white man in the sky for him to torment to appease the endless boredom that eternal life must bring, or whatever else. If we did in fact figure out why we exist, we would then need to figure out why God exists, or why the robots exist. And then when we figure out why God exists, we would have to figure out why the entity who created God himself exists. You see where I'm going with this? Imagine a child asking, but why is that? But why is that? But why is that? That is us, forever. In this way, death seems like a welcome reprise. So, to cope with this torment, we must choose. Religion is a classic coping mechanism that humans have been using as long as humans have existed. The easiest and most obvious solution to the problem of why is because. If you have existed in the world longer than a newborn baby, you're now familiar with cause and effect. When you pinch yourself, it hurts. When you push a plate off a table, it falls onto the ground. When it rains, you get wet. You see what I mean? Since this seems to be true in every way that we can observe, it's only logical that the reason we exist is because we were created. And since there is no obvious way to prove or disprove the method by which we were created, other than the theory of evolution, which is not proof but another well-constructed story like religion, and listen, I've always been an atheist through and through, but I'm trying to be objective here, then it's unsurprising this method is so enduring. Then we have drugs. You can, if you'd like, do drugs to alter your brain chemistry and become a circuit board, engineering joy and happiness chemically. And to be clear, I'm not condemning this option by any means. Hedonism is as valid as any route one might choose in life, but this is the option with the shortest timeline. And if your goal is to escape and turn a blind eye to philosophy, love, Thai food, Coen Brothers movies, and most importantly, the dull, throbbing pain of self-awareness, then this is the route for you. Finally, we have art. And this is the hardest one for me to conceptualize because it's so close to me. This is my choice. I do drugs, and I might pick up religion in my old age, but primarily I use art to cope. My curiosity is boundless. I would like to figure it out, but I would also like to converse with others and share my findings through art. There is a spirituality to creating and observing someone else's creation. Equally important to creating art is appreciating and consuming art. This is the conversation. Of course, we can talk about things, which is something I also love to do, but there's only so much the limits of language allow for. These barriers are torn down in the world of art. The way I feel listening to Avril 14th could not be achieved if Aphex Twin spoke to me for 1,000 hours, and the song is barely 2 minutes. Of course, I'll never figure out the meaning of the universe, but being on that journey means there's a chance, and that's enough for me. And so I think curiosity and comfort are, in a way, linked to these coping mechanisms. Comfort is religion and drugs, and curiosity is art. Or perhaps we can add a third reaction to make things nice and satisfying: faith. So we have faith and religion, comfort and drugs, curiosity and art, reaction and action. 3 ways to cope with your suffering. None of them are perfect, but neither is life. I am Nolan Slay, and this is my podcast. See you next week.